This is just a quick video about cleaning up after printing. The first thing you're going to do is use a piece of mat board with a flat edge to scoop up all the extra ink in the trough of the screen. You can use the side of the frame as a way to kind of scoot the ink over and pick it up. Something else that works really well for these is like a gift card, like an old gift card works great for scooping the ink out. And you want to go ahead and scoop up as much ink as you can. Just remember that while you're doing this, that the ink is drying in your screen, and so you don't want to take too long to scoop it out. Once you've scooped out all the extra ink, go ahead and remove the stencil and throw it away, and then start to clean the screen. So spray the screen with water, and then that will loosen up the ink, and then use paper towels to wipe away the ink that you just wet with the water. You can do this before removing your stencil if you want. That can kind of help sometimes to control the amount of ink that gets spread around. Or you can just go ahead and remove the stencil and start with the spray bottle to spray out the ink. Please make sure you clean up backsplash that may splash from the water hitting the screen and splashing up against the wall or the baseboard of the wall. Remember that cleanliness is a big part of the class, so make sure that you're cleaning really well. Another way to clean the screen is to clean it from the back without the screen on the table. That can be really helpful because right now you're kind of like pushing if you do it this way, then you can end up fighting yourself by pushing the ink all the time through the screen onto the newspaper, and then the newspaper kind of dumping the ink back onto the screen. But you only can do that from the back, because if you do it from the front, you can actually push the mesh off of the frame. And when you do it, don't use a lot of pressure, because even from the back you can damage the screen and loosen it by giving too much pressure against the back of the mesh. So, but it does also work. Just be cautious when you're doing it. Once you've sprayed away and cleaned up the ink, then you can go to the sink. You're not going to be able to get all the ink off with the spritz bottle and the paper towel, but a good amount of the ink. And then just use the hose. If it's not attached to the faucet, just go ahead and attach it to the faucet. It just goes over the end of the faucet. And use cold water to just clean away all the extra ink. Just make sure most of the ink is gone, because otherwise the the sink will get clogged. So once you've done that, go ahead and put your screen out to dry. With your squeegee, go ahead and just scrape off all the extra ink with the spoon or one of the inking cards, and get all the extra ink, put it back into the container. And then once you've done that, then use the water to clean off the ink. It's a good idea first to actually just use like a wet rag and wipe off the squeegee, so you're getting as much of the ink as you possibly can off before you go to the sink. Again, that will help us to not get the sink clogged really quickly. And when you are cleaning, it's really important for you to clean the squeegee edges really cautiously, because you don't want to scratch it or pick off any plastic. If you do, that can affect your printing. And it's really important to get down in there between where the squeegee and the wood are sealed together. So here you can see Amanda. She's going to really use a paper towel and some water to clean out that edge where the squeegee is attached, and using her fingernail to really clean out that edge. When it's all clean, then just put it into the plastic container there to let it drip dry. And then I generally wouldn't leave my stuff out in the classroom too long, because you never know when it may walk away. So leave it to drip dry, and then come back for it later and put it into your drawer. Don't put it into your drawer wet, though. That will just cause problems. But don't leave it out too long. Go ahead and make sure that the squeegee is really clean, that it doesn't have any dry ink on the blade, and then just put it into the container that we have there for your squeegees to drip dry. Please clean the sink. Make sure there's no globs of ink in the sink, because it can clog the drain, and no paper towel bits. That's really important. No paper towel bits in the sink. Thank you.